how do you run a Google Ads campaign which has a small budget? Now, maybe you're a local business and maybe your profit margins aren't absolutely huge, but you've got a small budget and you want to dip your toe with Google Ads and see how Google Ads can perform for your business, how Google Ads can bring you more inquiries, more sales, more conversions, but you've got a small budget, you've got a limited budget. And what I mean by a limited budget, my definition is a minimum of £10 a day. I think you need to be spending at least that much per day in order to give Google Ads half a chance to serve your business. So how do you run a Google Ads campaign on a small budget? Before I do continue, my name is Ajay Dhunna. I'm a Google Ads specialist. I've been running Google Ads for the best part of 20 years. Now, here's the thing, right? There's not a lot that I haven't seen in my whole 20 years of running Google Ads and various digital marketing campaigns. Now, if you'd like to learn more, there'll be a link in the description below. Get in touch with me and we can talk about your project. And at the same time, it's great if you subscribe to this channel, because a lot of people watch my channel but they don't actually subscribe to it. They watch my videos, but all you need to do is subscribe to it, hit that like button, and whenever I do produce new content, you'll be the first to be notified. So let's get on with the show. Now, again, you've got a small budget and you want to run a Google Ads campaign. So maybe you're running, say, £10 a day as an example. Now, or maybe your cost per clicks are like, I don't know, £2 or £3 per click. So you're not going to get that many clicks with a cost per click of £2 or £3 per day, right? So what strategies can you use to make sure you're getting the most out of your money, and you're giving Google half a chance to drive you sales, to drive you inquiries for your business, whereas other people might be spending huge amounts of money? Okay, so what I'm going to do in this video, I want to show you 5 things that you need to do when running a Google Ads campaign on a small budget, and especially if you're a local business. And what I mean by a local business is maybe you're a therapist, or you may be a plumber or a carpet cleaner or a roofer and so on. So you might be a one person operation, right? So what you want is you want to serve your people locally, so you want to travel out to them, or you want people to come to your office or your shop locally. So that's what I define as a local business. Now, wait till the end of the video, because the 5th one is one whereby people totally miss this trick, and it's one of the most powerful tricks that you can use to save yourself money and maximize the number of inquiries that you're getting and making the most out of your budget. So, tip number 1, make sure you localize your campaign. And what I mean by that is, maybe if you're living in UK, maybe you want to target the whole of UK, right? But you've got a small budget and you don't want to do that. And then you can say, well, okay, I'll just target England, okay, because I've narrowed it from UK down to England. It's still not enough. What you need to do is you need to really home in on the town or the city that you're in. So you start off with your total local audience, like maybe even a 5-mile radius from where you operate, right? And then you can always expand that 5 miles to 10 miles and so on. But start off really local, because that means that the budget that you have is not being distributed within the whole country. You're really focusing on that budget. And here's a trick when it comes to local campaigns. There's an option which is a hidden option, and Google has a tendency to hide a lot of the best options, especially where they are going to make money, right? And the option that you want to choose is you want to target people who are actually physically in your area, not the people that have an interest in your location, but the people that are in your physical location. That's option number 2 that you got to select. It is a hidden option. Make sure you click it, because then your ads will be targeted at only people who are physically based in your location. The second tip that I have is niche. And what I mean by that is try to avoid general terminology. For example, if you're a therapist, don't use the word therapists in London, because there could be so many different therapists in London, okay? But try to be a bit more specific. So a bit more specific could be anxiety therapists in London. Now that's great, okay? But if you think about it, there could be different types of anxiety therapists or therapists based in London, right? So let's go in a bit more detail than that, okay? So it could be work-related therapist, or workplace therapist, or workplace anxiety therapist, or stress therapist, or something which is a bit more specific, or relationship therapist. So you're really coming down or homing in into your exact target audience by niching, and then you're super niching. And what that means is your budget is going to be so much more focused towards your particular niche and your particular industry. And what you can also then do is you're weeding out the general terminology. So for example, if somebody is looking for a workplace therapist, and if you have got that as a keyword, people will see that, hey, these people are workplace therapists. So all your budget is being allocated on a very specific audience, and that is the audience that you particularly want to target. You might not want to target relationship therapists, for example. So in that case, you're not paying Google to drive clicks to your website which you don't wish to serve. So you're now super niching. A third tip that I have, if you're a local business especially, and you've got a small budget and you want to run a Google Ads campaign, is buying intent. And what I mean by that is make sure your keywords are transactional keywords. In other words, these are keywords whereby people are actively looking to hire your products or services. Let me give you an example. So let's go on to the workplace therapist as an example. Now, if somebody's typing workplace therapist, what it could mean is that it could be that they are researching what a workplace therapist is. It could also mean that they're looking for a job as a workplace therapist, or they want to be trained or coached as a workplace therapist. Okay, so it's quite generic, because what I mean by that, it could be argued that it's a bit more of a research intent keyword. Now you want buying intent keywords, okay? So what you can do, you can couple workplace therapist with keywords like local workplace therapist. Now if someone's typing in local workplace therapist, they're clearly looking for a workplace therapist who's local to where they are. Likewise, if someone's typing workplace therapist near me, that shows an intent to buy or inquire, because they would not be typing in near me if they had no reason, if they didn't have any intent of looking into your products or services. Another example is workplace therapist costs. So you know that they are in the market for looking for a workplace therapist, and now they're researching what it's likely to cost. So what you're doing, again, especially if you've got a small budget, you're aiming at the high intent keywords whereby people are actively, definitely looking for your services, because they're using buying intent keywords as opposed to research intent keywords. The fourth tip that I have is, when you're designing your ads, what you can do, you can couple it with demographics. And what I mean by demographics is you can aim at a certain age range or a certain gender. Now let's say, for example, if you only want to work with people and you want to serve your ads at people between the age of say 24 to 35, you can actually specify that within Google. So basically, if there's somebody say 18 to 24 or 25, you're not going to be serving your ads to them, even though they're typing in the right keywords. And likewise, if someone's a 45 plus, and if you don't want them, then you're excluding them. So what you can do with Google Ads, you can say to Google Ads is, you can either exclude these audiences who you don't wish to target, Or you can minimize your bids. You can do something called a bid adjustment. You can say that if they are of this age bracket, then do a negative bid adjustment. You can say, hey, for example, I want to pay 30% less cost per click on that age range because they're not really my target audience. Likewise, the people that are your target audience, you can do an increased bid adjustment. So you're saying, hey, these are my exact target audiences, so I want to target them, so I'm willing to pay a bit more because I know that these are people that are my perfect client. So basically, look at demographics, look at age. If as an anxiety therapist, I'm using anxiety therapist as an example, if most of your customers are females and you want to attract females, great. Yeah, you can exclude genders who are male, right? Or you can do a negative bid adjustment on male and a positive bid adjustment on female, because that's the audience that you wish to target. Okay, so now you're making the most of your money because you're really squeezing that campaign in, because you want to get as many clicks as you can, and these clicks you want to transition into customers or inquiries or leads and so on. The fifth tip that I got for you is your ads, and this is the one that people miss the trick on a lot. And what they do is they write all these great ads like, hey, this is who we are, this is what we do, and so on, this is where we're based. But it's all, firstly, it's all about me. And don't make it all about you, make it about them. What's the difference that you can make to them, right? What are your offerings to them? Is it a free consultation, right? Is it a very personal approach? You know, your family-oriented sort of background or business. But then also, more importantly, what you want to do, you want to start seeing not you in your ads. You don't only want to put the ad copy whereby you're attracting your audience, but you also want to put in headlines which may disqualify your audiences. Let me give you an example. Let's say, for example, if you typically charge, I don't know, £65 an hour or £65 for a therapy session, you might want to say, hey, you know, I want to put that in my ad because those people who are looking to only spend £30 per session, I don't want them as a customer. So as a result of that, by putting that into your ad itself, what will happen is that when people read, hey, the prices start from $65, I'm not going to click on that because that's not how much I want to pay. Now, even though the person hasn't clicked on your ad, what it means is that you haven't paid for that click. In other words, you're making the most amount of money, and if someone does click on the ad, they've read that your prices start from £65, so they are your perfect audiences. So guys, these are 5 tips that I've given to you on how to run a Google Ads campaign on a small budget. If you do want to learn more about Google Ads, I've got a book called How to Win Customers with Google Ads. There'll be a link somewhere in the description below. Click on the link, and the book is absolutely free. All you got to do is to cover the postage and packaging. Do like this channel, and if you got any comments about running a Google Ads campaign on a small budget, let me know what your questions are. If you find this video useful, just type in useful in the comments below so I know this is the types of videos that you want to see and you find of use to you, and then I can create more content around this sort of topic. So guys, I look forward to seeing you on another video, and yeah, take care and see you soon. Goodbye for now.